Okay. Let me see.
I think we are live right now, right?
It looks like.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Let's wait for more people joining in. And we are having two important guests in this live stream. It's Ryan and Trevor. So let's wait for more people joining in. This live show will be like interesting and fun.
One.
可以转发一下到群里吗？或者朱一军，你帮忙转发一下到群里。我去到 G6还有那个我们的大群就可以了。对，是这个。So today our topic is all about the JGMaker G6. We are having two guests, Ryan and Trevor. Hey, Ryan, just say hi to the audio.
Hey, everyone.
And Trevor. Trevor is from Australia. Hi, Trevor.
Hi, guys.
So today we will be introducing our G6, and as you guys would know, we are releasing the JGMaker G6, the resin printer. And let's see.
Car is here. Oh, our old friends are here.
Okay,
Please,
I see we have some.
Hello.
Hi, hi, Jude.
Hi friends, please try to help to share the live stream link to your friends to get more surprise.
Right, if you could just click the share button to anywhere you think the people in there might be interested, and let more people know about our JGMaker G6. And also today's live stream, we will have our two guests who used G6 for quite a while and introduce their user experience.
Okay, let me see. Jimmy is here. Okay.
I think we will be waiting more for like 2 minutes before we get started. So in today's live stream, we will be covering some basic self-introduction by Ryan and Trevor and their user experience on JGMaker G6. And also after all this, there will be a Q&A sections for the audience who have been watching the live stream. And also after all that, we'll be sharing the coupon code for JGMaker G6 and all other printers and accessories if you like. Hello, Jimmy. Oh, I want to say, Ryan and Trevor, did you know you can check the comments on your end? Because there will be a private chat and comment sections. So you can see the comments. And also, we will be looking through all the comments. We will be answering the questions that was posted in the comment section. So let's wait for 1 minute. Hey, Sebastian. Welcome to our live stream.
Hi, Carl. I didn't see that.
Whoa. Beer is here.
Hey, Bill.
Bill's here.
Yeah, we are missing you. So today we are having Jenny and our technician guy Jay here. And if you're new, I'm also new. I'm Ronald. So I just continue what Bill was doing, and I hope I can keep things up. And also, besides what we have right here in our JGMaker team, we also have our Trevor from Australia and Ryan from the United States. So thank you so much for you two to join our live stream, and we will be getting started for our live stream for introducing the JGMaker G6 and much fun knowledge will be going on.
So Sebastian have a question.
What is the StreamYard link for that was shared in the G6 group?
我们是有那个链接的，是吧？哎，是这个链接吗？
It's not true.
So I think it's the live stream video link, right?
This link。哦，这个不是。So
this link is not the link that joined the. This link is for joining the live stream. We should share the video link. Yeah, this link is right. That makes sense. So I see Paul is sharing the screen. You can just use 这里复制，这是 video link， 所以把这个复制。
我们是有纹身处。
Yeah, thank you, Sebastian. It turns out that the StreamYard link is wrong. So we have shared another link for the video. So for the live stream video. So while Jenny is writing to share the link to the group, I think it's time now to get started. So the first section will be the self-introduction by Ryan and Trevor. Hey, what about let's get started with Trevor, okay? Can we?
Yeah, sorry. Sorry. How you going, guys? I'm new to 3D printing in general and very new to resin printing. I actually install the satellite MBN internet here in Australia. So the 3D printing doesn't really line up with that, but I actually enjoy doing it. And I'm not into making like models of movie characters or anything like that. I'm more into the practical aspects of it, tools and replacement parts. But I do some models just to see how things work, and I find I've got a long way to go yet, especially with the resin printing. Having said that, I found the G6 to be, especially from a new point of view, a very easy machine to use.
Thank you.
Yep.
And how many 3D printers do you have?
3 all up, two filament and G6.
Wow, that's good. So I just make it clear that you pay for the JGMaker G6, right? And
I did.
Yeah, and we appreciate that because when we release the JGMaker G6 early versions, you order the JGMaker G6, which we really appreciate you are supporting. And so we got a question. So we want to know what 3D printers do you use before JGMaker G6, or why do you choose JGMaker for your first resin printer?
Well, I've got the JGMaker Artist D Pro as well as Creality Ender 5 Plus. And with the Artist D, I think that's why I went with the G6, because it wasn't all that long after I got the Artist D that the G6 came up, so I thought I'd jump on that wagon as well.
I see. So let's share some your experience with the G6. Is the G6 well packed when you receive the G6? And what's your first impression?
From my point, it took a bit of getting into the box. It was very well packed. There's no movement anywhere. All the packing was very firm. I had to laugh when I saw on your Facebook posts the testing of your packing. It's sort of, I can understand where you're coming from, because some of the freight companies do handle the packaging like that. But yeah, there's no damage to anything, even to the box. It was actually all nice and clean and crisp.
Thank you. I see. And how many times have you? How long have you been using the G6? Because we are using the G6 right now. We believe we have some bugs on the early version of the G6, and we have been iterating a lot on the G6. And how long have you been using the G6? And what's your the impression on G6? Could you share a little bit?
Well, I got mine just after it was released on beta. That was 2 or 3 months ago. I'm not sure exactly. Haven't been able to use it as much as I would like. Oh, thanks, Alan. Due to work commitments, but like I said, from a new user point of view, I actually found it relatively easy to use itself. I mean, apart from actually knowing what your resins do, there's not a real lot to know, in my opinion. I mean, when I say what your resins do, I mean what your settings for your exposure times and everything like that. I've got a friend who has a different version or different printer, and this one is definitely a lot quicker than what his is by 2 or 3 times, I believe. So, I mean, from that point of view, there's probably a little bit of a learning curve there for me, apart from, from his advice, what his settings are to what this one uses. It is somewhat different, yes.
I see. So Ryan is being, the Trevor is being the new users in the resin printing world, and we appreciate that Trevor chose the JGMaker G6 as his first resin printer. And could you share some of your prints that printed on the JGMaker G6, Trevor?
Well, I'll probably use the wrong color here to show these. I don't know how well they're going to.
Let's make full screen.
I actually sent you some images before. Can you share them on the live stream at all?
The pictures, you mean, right?
Yes. Yeah, because it might actually show up better there than trying to show it here.
我们可以尝试一下它的模型有在穿过。要不我这里尝试一下。
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's not going to work.
Yeah, Trevor have shared some pictures. I can share in my computer.
后面。
他是 Trevor 发给我的。
别人打印的是吧？
对，他打印的。要不你共享一下笔录。So Jenny is sharing the screen, and we do receive some pictures that printed by Trevor.
the colour's probably not the best to do this, I don't think.
It's really
It's good though. Good. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's good. I mean, yeah, it's quite good for your first print. 还有是吧？
They're for a phone mount. The rubber protection on the phone mount have deteriorated in the vehicle, so I thought I'd try these and see how they go. They haven't actually tested them in the vehicle yet, but I'm quite happy with how they came out.
This one.
so.
This is a Willys Jeep. Being ex-defence, it's something I've always wanted to do. Well, since I started doing 3D printing, I wanted to print. So I thought I'd put the G6 through its paces and see how it goes. Obviously, not complete yet, but it's a work in progress.
Details. I like this one most.
Janine says she likes this one.
Yeah,
Is
unfortunately,
it
a
a
lot of
character? Is it a
Sorry?
character in some? Is it a character in some movie or?
no, it's just something I downloaded off Thingiverse, just because I knew you wanted some prints and I didn't have a lot, so I just grabbed that.
I see. Janine says she loves it.
It's fine. This one is really fine.
Let's see. What else?
Yep.
还不错是吧？ That's good. I mean, the
Yep.
technician guy Jay said, "Wow, that's quite good."
Glad to know I can get something right.
Yeah.
What kind of exposure times are you using?
Oh, I'll have to have a look at that. I'll be able to tell you in half a sec.
All right, so
I'll get back to
we
you on that.
appreciate, yeah, sir. We appreciate Trevor share us a lot your print on JGMaker G6, and as a new user in the resin 3D printing world, I think Trevor have been doing a good job. And but we want to have the Ryan, who's from the United States, who is also the users, one of the users of the JGMaker G6, and we want to have Ryan tell us a little bit about yourself. Okay, Ryan?
So I live in Colorado. During the day, I'm an electrical engineer. During the night, I like to play with making things. And right now, 3D printing is one of the bigger things that I'm working on. Currently, I have 7 3D printers, only one resin printer, the G6. But yeah, I'm getting into 3D printing a lot more nowadays.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. How many 3D printers do you have?
7.
Right?
So I have
7
the
3D printers.
I have the Artist D Pro, 2 Magics, the G6, and some other company printers.
Wow.
So most of my printers are JGMaker. I just fell in love with the quality of the JGMaker Magic, which is the smaller ones. It was just a really rigid machine, and just kept going from there.
I see. We appreciate that because we have so many 3D printers right now in our product lines, and Ryan have been using like most of our 3D printers.
Mm-hmm.
So and we want to know how long have you been in the 3D printing world?
The first time I did a 3D print was back in college. This was maybe 15 years ago. And it was just done through the university. I basically just gave my model to someone. They pressed a button, and it was a really expensive, tens of thousands of dollars machine. And then I just got the product out. But to actually get into my own 3D printing with the filaments was maybe about 8 years ago, where I got my first printer at home.
Wow, that's cool. So is that the reason why you get into 3D printing, because you studied in the college?
Well, the idea of being able to download something from the internet and just have it in like a day or two is an amazing idea. And it's always been something that we've been striving for. So just the fact that you can download an idea from someone else and then have a physical object really brought me into it.
I see. So why do you choose the JGMaker for one of your 3D printers, and how long have you been using the JGMaker G6?
Yeah, so the JGMaker Magic, I was attracted to it for its price. I needed a lot of printers to run in parallel for certain jobs. So I got 2 of the Magics. But I was really attracted to the Artist D because it's an independent dual extruder. And
Right.
a lot of the printers that do dual extrusion or extruding do the extruding on the same element. So you have to get the temperatures about the same. And you can't do a dual mode or a mirror mode to really parallel your tasks. So when JGMaker made the IDEX, it was one of the first cheap or low-cost IDEXs that I saw on the internet. And it was part of the Kickstarter for the Artist D. And that's why I bought into that one. For the G6, though, it was the build space. It's a 8.9-inch monochrome. So you get the speed of the monochrome because I think the light intensity is a lot higher. But the build space is enormous compared to most SLA printers out there today. I'm part of a makerspace where I have access to 20 other printers than the ones at my house. And the first SLA printer we got there was from a certain company that I'm not going to name, but they have many labs and they take many forms of things. But you had to buy a very specific resin of theirs, and just the fact that you got locked into their resin that was really expensive was really annoying to use for their resin printers. The G6 is able to use any that hits up the UV wavelengths. I think it's tuned for 405, but I think I used a 385 nanometer resin and it still worked. But yeah, the fact I can buy the lower cost resins really attracted me there, and really the build space.
Yeah, I see. So we really appreciate Ryan's support, and we are actually making a print on our G6, JGMaker G6 resin printer, and it's almost finished its print. So you see, we have the 8.9-inch build plate, and we got the detector, the resin detector on our resin bed. So yeah. So I think I believe JGMaker G6 will be one of the cheapest resin printer in this build size range, right? And would you tell us a little bit of your first impression when you received the JGMaker G6, like is it well packaged?
Yeah. So when I first got it, similar to Trevor, it was kind of hard to get out of the box because the foam was cut perfectly for the box size, and yeah, everything just kind of fit in there. The foam was well placed. I later found out the easiest way to get it out of the box was to open from the bottom and just pull the box out, and then everything worked well. But I was up and running with my first print in about 45 minutes. That's because I read the instruction manual cover to cover and looked at everything. But if I knew what I was doing, I could have been from box to print in about 10 minutes. Really, all I had to do was move a file to the base directory, turn it on, pour some resin in, and it was off and running. The resin printers are a completely different experience than most of the filament printers that a lot of us on this channel have dealt with. So with the filament printers, we're always hacking at wires and tweaking little things and nuts and bolts. The G6 was a completely plug and play experience. I'm not going to be able to edit the machine, but I don't think I'll need to, because really the method of it working is completely different than the filaments. It came pre-calibrated on the Z, and I don't think the Z will get out of alignment for a while.
Thanks for this discussion.
Seems Jenny have a question.
So maybe I want to know, do you have any tips about printing about with G6?
Yeah.
Have to share here to our audience.
Yeah, the biggest tip, and I think Trevor agrees too, is removal of your print from the print bed. It is one of the. It's really the only difficult part in this process. It's not even that hard, but the build plate has the perforated hole in it, and the printing piece sticks too well to the build plate. So one way to get it off easily is to use some hot water, and then it comes off much easier. I don't know what your experience with it is, Trevor.
Pretty much the same, yes.
Yeah. So my tool chain now is once a print's done, I take the build plate off and put the whole build plate into a wash and cure system. I have about a gallon of IPA that just swirls around for 4 or 6 minutes. And then once that comes off, I can start peeling off from the build plate. And if there's any of the resin left in the holes, I'll put the whole vat in some hot water, and then they'll come out much easier.
Yes, so putting hot water for several minutes will be a good idea to remove the left resin in the build platform, right?
Yep.
Okay. As for the build platform, we may have another ideas about that. Is our engineers, research and engineers are doing some exploration about the magnetic platform research. Maybe it will be a replacement for upgrading for the G6.
Yes, Jenny is right. We are developing a magnetic build plate, so hopefully it will be available in 1 month. I don't know, but I see Sebastian is saying that he usually don't print on to the build plate directly, but on supports, even if it would stick directly. So I think this is a good idea to, on the print on the support. When you remove the print, you just remove the support. You will not damage your print. this is a good idea.
Yeah. So a lot of my prints, when I'm doing them, I have kind of a large support base. And this is sacrificial. This isn't part of the print. The actual base is right here. So I agree. Yeah. This bottom part, it usually gets ripped up when I use the knife to remove it from the build plate. But having the actual print off of the supports is much better. Really, the only two ways that I'm getting failed prints, if at all, are if I mess up the exposure times or if I don't use enough supports. So I've been using the heavy supports on the Chidu Box software and usually increasing the density above 50%. But once you're there, yeah, these stick really well, and I don't get very many failed prints.
Yes, great sleep approval.
Yeah.
Because I also have a print task about that.
Yep. I see there's a lot of audience comment. Hi, Matt Farmer. How's it going? So let's see. I saw as Spectrum is asking a question. Does it matter if there's enough resin in wet? What do you say, Ryan?
Yeah, I guess if you don't have enough resin, your print's gonna fail. Currently, I haven't been using the resin detection. Most of my prints have been pretty small, and I always know that the amount of resin used is going to be good for the job. Yep.
I see. Yeah, because you still need to have enough resin to finish your print, right? But we do have our resin detector on our G6. So if you don't have the sufficient resin to finish your print, like when the print is finished in the middle, but the resin goes out, the detector will alarm, and you'll be getting the reminder that you need to, to add more resin. So I think let's get back to the G6. I would like to turn over to Trevor because we talk a lot, the advantages on the JGMaker G6, and we'd like to know, especially for our audience in the live stream, that they want to know what do you like the least on the JGMaker G6. Would you share a little bit, Trevor?
Well, initially it was the build plate, getting the prints off, but like I said earlier, that's been resolved. And I don't know if it's something that I like the least, but there's a comment Tiro made earlier, and I'm not sure if I'm talking about the same thing or not. He makes a comment, build plate needs to be in angle or the resin will be stuck on top. I'm not quite sure what he's getting at, but a bracket or something that you could fit on there after the print's completed for the resin to drain back into the vat for a period of time would be quite handy, I think. Does that make sense? So just something so you can set the build plate at an angle so extra resin can drain off the top of the build plate. But as far as other dislikes go, I really don't think I have any.
Okay, I see. So our build plate has so many holes in the build plate that we call it matrix build plate. So the build plate will really strong on the print because our JGMaker G6 is a large real size spray, so we need to make sure it grips so well with the print. But you also have the disadvantages because it will be you need to try so hard to remove the print. So that's what we are doing. We are developing a magnetic build plate that if hopefully it will be available in 1 month, that people when they use the magnetic build plate, they can just bend a little bit, the print will like pop and it comes out. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Even with the perforated build plate though, at the end of a print, you still have resin sitting on top, which does need to come off at some stage. Especially if you're changing a print sheet, you need to clean that. It would be nice to be able to, even as an accessory, that you just fit in place to angle that build plate for a period of time to drain everything off.
yes, you're right, and this is what we need to solve when we develop the new build plate, because we have a lot of hole, and if we got the add-on on the build plate, it do have some resin on the top, and when we do things like that, the resin will leak down. So this is a good question, and let's see if we can solve this problem. Yeah. And want to move back to the Ryan. Want to know what do you like least regarding the JGMaker G6 resin printer?
Right? So originally the specs drew me to it because it's a huge 8.9 inch system, but the Z-axis resolution is 25 micron, I believe, and that's on the larger end of step size. So this probably isn't going to be able to show up here, but on the Facebook group, you can see it. This is some clear resin, and you can actually see the step sizes. Yeah, it's not going to show up very well here, but I guess someday there will be a way to get optically clear lenses off of an SLA printer. But yeah, the Z-axis resolution might be my least favorite, but still, even with that, the prints come out really nice, and you can get some amazing things out of it. Like here's a Charizard out of the printer. You can get amazingly thin wings that don't break, but you can kind of see the Z-axis resolution on the print.
I saw Julian is asking a question that what is the life of the screen and its accuracy. So I believe Julian is meaning the LCD curing screen, right? The lifespan. 我们的那个生命周期，它指的是生命周期。
屏幕的生命周期。
Yeah, the lifespan of the LCD screen. I think 3 months, right? Yeah, and the accuracy, the
精度是吧？精度的分辨率的话是，他们是0.025，是25。
So the accuracy is 0.025, 0.025. So we have the technician guy right here. So it's called J, and the entry is the lifespan of the screen would be around 3 months, and the accuracy is 0.025. Yeah, I hope that helped to answer your question. I see Matt Farmer is asking, how do you guys compare the JGMaker G6 to other resin printers? I run over 20 different resin printers. So we can make the Matt Farmer's question on the screen. So I think this question I would like to ask Ryan. Did you use other resin printers?
Yeah.
What do you say?
Generally, the prints are comparable. The biggest differences that I've encountered are the requirements to have very specific resin on other printers, and the build plate are the main differences. But in terms of quality, a lot of it is up to the user to get the exposure times right. But the resolution is higher than a lot of the entry-level SLA printers out there.
Yeah, thank you.
I've only
Thank
really
you
played
very
with
much.
the 3 SLA printers though, so.
Actually, we do have SLA printer in our product line, but it's not available in overseas. But yeah, thank you very much for the answer. And I think the biggest difference between our JGMaker G6 between the other resin printers is that we have the resin detectors, and I believe other resin printers don't have right now in the market. And also we might have the first matrix build plates, the build plates that have holes to grip the prints really well. So I think this is the one of the main differences. Okay, so if you are new to the live stream, we are sharing the JGMaker G6, the launch and the introduction of the JGMaker G6. And Ryan is one of the users of the early version of the JGMaker G6. And we can share if I said Basher is coming late, but we have like been 40 minutes for the live stream introducing the JGMaker G6, and yeah.
我们可以投屏一下 G6 的详情页。
So I think it's almost done, but I think we can for people who's just new here, we can share the screen on the G6. So let's share the screen. So let people know what is exactly the G6. So the G6 is our new resin printer. It's available for early bird orders right now. So previously we have G5 resin printer, and it comes with a curing box. But G6 is not with a curing box, but it have the larger print the 4K screen, and the build size is 8.9. And this is the comparison with our previous LCD printer. And the specification. It's a 4K monochrome LCD 3D printer. So this is what we talked just earlier, that the build plate that we hold. So the package will include as follows. Yep, so the G6 is right now available for early bird orders. Let's see the price. is 599. It would be quite a little bit expensive if you are new users, especially if you are moved from FDM 3D printers. It might be quite high, higher than our IDEX 3D printer, Artisty and Artisty Pro. But I think it will be really good deal if you want to try the JGMaker G6, and we're about to share the coupon code. So for people who are interested in buying the JGMaker G6, we will have the coupon code exclusively for the audience who are watching the live stream right now. If you like it, you can grab it. But the coupon code will be valid until the end of this week. I mean, the Friday will be valid until Friday. Yeah, so let's see what else we got in the comment section. Is there some questions we could answer?
I use the lychee for the slicer, and it seems to work quite all right.
So the slicer, we use G2 box, and we also got the JG Create, our slicer that we created. So
我们除了赤兔还可以用其他的是吧？不可以，
好像不可以。
只能用赤兔吗？
对，现在国内最流行的好像就是赤兔的。对，这是 LCD 的，跟 FDM 的不一样。对，
还有 JG Create 也可以是吧？
这是个 Render 也行。
也不行。
好像后期他们会自己开发软件，但是很不错。
So the slicer is the JGMaker G6 will be sliced by the G2 box. This is the main slicer that we use, and we might be developing our own slicer in the future that will be used on JGMaker G6. But G2 box is our main slicer right now for slicing the print. Right. Hey, thanks. When will this printer be going out to real reviewers to put the printer through few tests? Let's see. Thanks, William. How hard is it to replace the LCD? You mean the LCD screen or the lights?
应该是不是应该说的固话题，录音。
The curing screen, right?
对，录音screen我们很好换，就是把上面的那个黑色保护膜撕掉，然后直接可以换。
Okay, so yeah, the connection set is quite easy, but I want to ask Ryan. I believe Ryan has replaced before, right? Ryan?
Yeah, so I replaced the FEP screen, the release membrane. And the hardest part about that one was getting the metal ring out of the actual vat holder. I had to do a lot of prying, and it looked like there was some two-sided tape to help whoever put the first FEP in. But yeah, it went pretty painlessly. I didn't get it as tight as I wanted, but all my prints are still working. If you do the drumming test, I'm hitting around 100 hertz, and I hear 300 is really what you want. So even though my screen's not as taut as it should be, it's still working. But I haven't actually changed the LCD underneath the vat. That might be what they're asking.
the curing lights.
Yeah. I don't know how hard that would be.
他说的是 curing light. If we replace the curing lights, or what do you say?
不光光，因为光，一般的因为光一般的不会坏，就是坏的话
2000多个小时。
一般的坏的话就是不坏。
Yeah, the curing lights is not as worn out as the screen, but so it's a real case that the curing lights will be broken, and the technician said it's quite rare to replace the curing lights, but it still can be replaced, right? So let's see what else we got. Oh, thank you. I didn't even know that.
就是我们因为那个 CD， UV 光一般的不会坏，最好看。
Yeah, so the LCD lights is not that it's not that warm out a lot. So need more info. I see Matt Farmer is asking. Need more info in this resin flow detector. That might be your best selling point. Yeah, and yes, this is the selling point that we make on JGMaker G6, and it had some bugs, but I believe it's firmware. We need to upgrade a lot. So, but yeah, the resin flow detector, as you can see, is right back on the resin bed. So if your alarm, when the resin is below the alarm liquid level, sorry. Yeah. So yes, we're right.
这个人就出来。
Yeah, so I think it's quite. We have been online for 15 minutes, and we're about to end this live stream. But again, we are doing this launch live stream, and we have the coupon code. If you like, we can show the coupon code again, and we will be ending the live stream in around 5 minutes. If you guys have any other questions, please leave in the comment section. We will read your comment and answer your questions. I hope if you like this live stream, please subscribe and stay tuned for more live stream in the future. So this is the coupon code. It's called G620. So let's see.
这个人，
We'll probably bring it up. The professional. Yep, thank you, special.
准备了一些配置这个不同的。
应该有是吧？ Yes, we do have the profiles.
就是说针对不同的数值，我们会有一些配置。
Yeah, and Jay says we have different profiles for different resins. The main slicers we are using right now is G2 box. So, but we have already ready profile for different resins. Yes. Yes, Sebastian has shared the link. Thank you very much. All right. So again, if you like this JGMaker G6, I hope before this live stream, I hope we can finish this resin print at the end of the live stream. But it seems that it haven't finished. But it prints really nice if we can just make this screen larger and let the people see what we are doing on this JGMaker G6. So yeah, we are making the resin prints right now, but we thought we can finish the prints at the end of the live stream, but we can't. So this is the character of a Marvel movie. I believe it's in Batman movie. I forgot the name in English. So it's called Poison Ivy. Ivy, right? Am I pronounced that right? Poison Ivy, right? So this is the character of the Batman, the Marvel movie. It's called Poison Ivy. So it looks really nice, and we cannot show you because it haven't finished. So we might be sharing the
But you
image.
you can see that it's really printing good here now.
Yeah. So it have print for around 10 hours, right? Yeah, it have been printing for 10 hours. So, but it haven't finished. But we can share the photos on our social medias right after the print. So,
And
not Marvel. I'm sorry. It's DC. I'm sorry.
what I identified is the door.
Poison Ivy, right? Thank you, Villain. Thank you, Matt. It's DC Comics. All right, so we want to bring back the Trevor and Ryan, and if we are almost done on the live stream, again, we want to. So Ryan and Trevor, thank you so much for joining our live stream, and we appreciate your help and your support for JGMaker, especially for our early version G6 resin printer. And please rest assured that every time we upgrade the G6, we can provide you the upgrade parts for free. So I hope, and for the audience in the live stream, who are watching the live stream, thank you so much for your joining, and I hope our discussion was useful and helpful. So let's see, what else do you got? Trevor and Ryan, do you have to say something?
Nope, this was fun. Thank you for having me on. I really like the printer.
Thank you, Ryan. And Trevor, do you need to say something?
Yeah, no, I think I have to agree. I like it. Well, still got a lot to learn on, of course, but I appreciate the fact that any upgrades we get, they're going to be sent out to us as well. And one other thing, in the settings on the printer, it's got Wi-Fi capability, but it's not enabled. Is that going to be coming anytime soon?
All right, so I think
I got an idea.
okay. So thank you so much for everyone's support and joining. But let's keep after we end this broadcast, we want to Brian and Trevor, we can continue to chat on our offline. So again, thank you so much for your guys' support, and we will see you in the next live stream. Okay, Jenny and Jay, would you like to say something before we end this live stream?
We just want to, thanks for your participating in this live stream, and hope for your further supporting. And if you have any questions about G6 or ideas about G6, please try to contact me on the Facebook or any platform is all okay, and I will show my details on our Facebook later.
Yeah, Jenny have done a lot of good job, and she's been in JGMaker team for around 1 year also. So thank you, Jenny, for continuing supporting JGMaker. And let's see, Jay. Jay, what do you say? And do you have any other word you want to say?
They had a few words.
So yeah, I think Jerry is going to say thank you, right?
Thank you for Trevor and Laura to share your
Right.
G6 experience. We can learn almost of about G6.
Yeah. Thanks again for Trevor and Ryan. You guys done a good job. And as you can hear, we don't speak good English, but we still can, to try our best to offer our service and products and try to make JGMaker a better place for makers around the world. And I think that's all. And thanks again. So thank you guys. I think we can see you in the next live stream.
Okay, thanks to Trevor and Ryan. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye.
It was
Thank
fun.
you.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye bye.
So back to Leo. 我们这边还要这个是
有人是吧？好，就去 M 吧。你们不做活动吗？抽奖了。哦，不够时间了，1个小时。1个小时。
Okay, and we will have a coupon for all the participant guests and for our viewers take part in this live stream later. I will send the coupon code to you. So our today's live stream will end here. And thank you for your participating in this live stream. Okay, that's here. Say goodbye.
Bye bye.